Hi, this is Roger, thanks for dropping by. We're going to try and get the Vanda in there. This will involve root cutting. You have to bear in mind the theory. At the moment, this Vanda has aerial roots. There would be some humidity absorbed from the air, but not a lot, because I've got lower temperatures, so I'm not keeping my humidity as high as I used to. So that would almost be negligible. Watering it has become difficult. I've been using a sprayer. I've completely done away with the Vanda bucket now. That was far too much RO water to justify one plant, because that's all that's left now. So we're going to have a go at getting it in here, and the idea is that there will be some water in there permanently, which means the roots will wick and the plant will stay almost permanently hydrated. Now, I've measured the bathroom windowsill. The bathroom windowsill is 8¼ inches. The bottom of that is 9½, so it will overhang, but not a lot. Not enough to worry about it falling or anything like that. So it will go on the bathroom window. And there's a slatted blind up there at the moment. There's also my Renantheras up there. Renanthera? I've forgotten which way I decided on that. Let me know what you think. But yeah, that's going to stay up there. That's in its open basket with some live moss. I'm not going to put moss in here for the simple reason I've discovered a problem with the Renanthera. How do I feed it? Because if I put food in the water, it's going to get, the moss will get it, and I'm not sure it will do the moss any good. And it will be the same here. If I put moss in the bottom, then I can't put fertiliser in there to the sort of strength I would like to do for the Vanda. Anyway, let's get it down and see what we can do. I'm going to take the wire off, so I'm going to need a tool I don't normally need for playing with orchids. A pair of wire cutters, because this is steel wire, so it will be difficult to cut basically. Oh, not as bad as I thought. But I'm just going to cut it off, and then we'll see how we go. Down there, I'll pick up the bits in a minute. It should come off reasonably easy. Oh, there's a loop there that would be, wouldn't there? As I said, this is steel wire, it doesn't bend very easily. Right, there we go, I think that's all of it, yes. See, now the idea is to work out where the bottom of the plant's going to be, and the first thing I'm going to do is take the real bottom of the plant off, because most of the roots that come off of the bottom of the plant are dead. So that's the first cut, is to actually cut the plant a bit higher up the stem. That means it will go down in farther. And then we'll see what comes off, and we'll see what's left. Oops, slice the root in half. Now you might think I'm doing away with useful roots. Well, that may be true, but this plant won't need as many roots from now on. So what I'm hoping to do is get that to go right down in there to the level of the base of the plant. And to do that, we need to take some more roots off. The more bendy ones I'm going to leave. and any ones that have got branches on that look like they would grow on. I know this looks a bit drastic, but as I said, it will hydrate so much better from now on that these older roots won't matter so much going missing. And with the extra humidity, the chances are, and the extra warmth in the bathroom, this root system could come back into growth earlier than it would do in here without this hydration. Now these are quite bendy. They'd probably be a bit more bendy if I'd got them soaking wet first. But this is what I mean, these roots are dry. This plant was sprayed this morning. That was its watering, and it's bone dry. It's not getting enough hydration. And that hydration also has its feed in it. So it's probably not getting enough of that either. Vandas can take quite high feed. Right, it's in there, and it's quite upright, sort of self-supporting. Now there's a couple of leaves that are bent down that are going to be in the water. That's not good. I'm talking to a camera over there and it's over here. Duh. So what I'm going to do is these leaves that are bent down, see now this is a dead leaf, that one can come off. I could take all of these lower leaves off, but I won't. But these leaves that are hanging down, I'm going to trim them. They're still green, they can still photosynthesize, but I'm just going to make them shorter so that they don't sit in the water, because if they sit in the water, they will probably just go black and rot. So I'm just going to trim them. Easier said than done. Just so they don't sit in the water. Those leaves will probably drop off maybe even later this year, I don't know. But it won't do them any good sitting in the water. Right, we've got to bend all these back in. Now I've bent all these roots in, and there's not one in the bottom. There's one tiny little bit of dead root down there. So they're taking this bending and easing in, and once inside the neck, they just slide down as it's glass. There's no resistance, and resistance would be futile. Right, well that's it. Self-supporting, and if I had moss in there, there would be a lot of rising humidity. There's still going to be rising humidity from the water. Now this is just plain water to start with. The idea is to put some in the bottom. Now some roots are sat in it. Most roots might have an end dipping in it, but that's what I'm going to do for now. Then that's going to go up on the bathroom windowsill. Somebody asked me, do I get little crystals in my media from the hot box? So far, no. Oh, the long-tailed tits are on the feeders. They've started, they're here every day now, 3 or 4 times a day. There's only 2. Last year there was up to 7. And this year, no goldfinches. They haven't come back. They went off late spring, you know, nesting season and all that. They arrived on the feeder as soon as I put the feeder out, which was the beginning of February last year, and they stayed until, you know, the nesting season got underway. Now this year they just haven't returned, not one, and they're not in the trees because I'd hear them, so the goldfinches have gone. Anyway, that's it. It's now going to go up in the bathroom, and I can see that the roots that are sat in it are going green. And I'm hoping that the ones that are just dipped in it will wick, so that a lot more roots will be hydrated. And we will see how we go. To do an update on this or anything like that, I'll have to film it where it is. I'm not going to keep carrying it up and down the stairs. The chances of a trip or something like that, and dropping this and breaking it are great. I mean, I'm not a clumsy person, but if it stays still on the bathroom windowsill, the chances of it getting broken are virtually zero. Carrying it up and down the stairs, and the risk goes up. So it will live in the bathroom along with the Renanthera for now. Oh, some rubbish to clear up. My knees are aching this week, and I think that's a lot of going back to Saturday again. Anyway, that was it. I thought I'd just show you what I've done, and this is quite upright. It's quite okay. It's self-supporting. I mean, if the worst comes to the worst, I'll put a little ring of wire round the top and then a strap across. But at the moment, I don't need to. So there we go, a Vanda in a new home. And tarantula on the floor. If I left that in the middle of the floor and came down in the night all bleary-eyed, I'd probably beat it to death with something. Anyway, thanks for dropping by. See you next time. That's the other two glass things that I showed you, vases or vases. They're not staying here. They're going to go to the Orchid Society, but this one I'm keeping. And I will make a donation to the society, because obviously they were given to the society, not me. But I got lumbered with bringing them home along with the books, because they came in together. So this one stays with me. See you next time. Thanks for dropping by.